Some people think that that's an expensive rate. Some people think that's actually very reasonable. I feel that it's fair.
Welcome back to Digital Marketing Hacks, where business owners like you find everything you need to know about digital marketing. I am your host, Elton Hubner, and also founder of Ice Multimedia, a photo and video production company based here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Our special guest today will explain how much a photo shoot costs and why. Here's a question that every business owner wants to know. How much does it cost to hire a professional photographer?
There are all sorts of variables that come into different businesses, and the production level, really, that is what we're looking at. I'll work on either a setup fee, say if I'm going to a location to do headshots. I have to make sure that my basic business costs are being met. My day rate is $1,600, so that's included.
This is late 2020. Yeah, I mean, someone is watching this in 3 years, so wow.
That's cheap. Yeah, very cheap. Yeah.
So $1,600 for the whole day.
For the whole day, yeah. You might see $1,600 and think that that goes directly to my pocket. I wish that it did. However, it doesn't. It usually takes maybe even 3 or 4 days into planning a photo shoot. There is equipment rental. I shoot on professional level gear as well. And then there's also the post-production side of it that is costs that aren't really always seen. There's years of experience. Many mistakes I've paid for and learned from. So I know that when I bring that to the team, that is value. You know, some people think that that's an expensive rate. Some people think that's actually very reasonable. I feel that it's fair. And that's sort of where I start at. And then again, how to cost that. Is it a shoot that I need to bring an assistant to? Am I loading up transportation? Am I renting equipment? And all the equipment that even if I do own it, that is a cost to me. Yeah. So there's a lot of, and then also post-production. You know, a lot of people, especially in product photography, post-production is very high because that product needs to be the star and it needs to be perfect. And more often than not, I receive a product that is dented or has got scrapes on it, maybe the label isn't perfectly set, so all that takes time.
For a company, let's say a small business, and the business owner wants to have headshots of their entire team, 10 to 20 people. How much should they be willing to invest on getting the nicest headshots, hiring someone like you?
I think a healthy budget would be about $3,000. Starting with my day rate, we would definitely need to include an assistant to keep things on track and me organized as well so that I can pay 100% attention to whoever is in front of me. And then, of course, there's a makeup artist, little blemishes pop up, hair, etc., etc. I would then have to inquire about the intended use of those, how long that these images are going to be used for. Is it just primarily in-house, or is it a web base? Is it a nationwide website, or is it just very local for a small firm in Kamloops, say? And are those headshots going to be in print as well? So kind of in thinking in terms of how many people are going to see these images and for how long is also how I'm going to determine the pricing.
Let's say a small business owner who owns a restaurant. Yeah. And they want to have their first menu.
Right.
Their
first menu, right?
Yeah, so they want to have, how many products would they feature? Like 20?
Yeah, and it's...
And what budget should they have to get that started?
I would say it's going to be about a $2,100 project to start off. And it's going to be very basic editing. It's not going to be precise, like adding things or subtracting or changing the color of the lettuce. However, it's going to give the product as it is, right, in the best light. And then that would be me working with an assistant or a stylist as well. I think one of the biggest challenges in conveying to my clients is time factor. So the more that we can, again, more hands on deck that are prepared on the shoot day, the more efficient, the better it's going to flow, and the better the results. If I have to spend half an hour fixing something because it doesn't look good, and then the chef has to now replace it, then it's just going to slow down and we're not going to get the quantity. So quantity over quality. So what's your preference?